Hey guys, Brad here with Skyline Construction, and today we're going to be taking a look at sort of a comparison between I call them a whole hog. This is the flexible version, and then this is the corded version right here. So we've already done a review on the flexible version, so we'll leave a link for you to check that out if you want. I love this drill. I think this thing is absolutely amazing. You just blast through walls like crazy. I love it. And being, totally portable, cordless, just makes it that much better. Now, this one's the corded version, and it's an earlier version. They call it, they have the perform and protect, so they both have that. This one says bind up, losing stuff in the set. But this one says bind up control. Whereas this one says E-clutch. This also says bind up control stamped right here, as they both do. So I think later on they just put E-clutch on here. It's the same thing, essentially. Weight-wise, they're pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Size-wise, so the handles aren't just different locations on these two. That's the only difference. And height-wise, the corded version's a little taller. And the motor is just a hair bit bigger on the corded version, or at least the casing is. This is all metal construction in here, whereas this is, it's metal, and it's got a plastic faceplate here, whereas this is all metal. And this is all metal in here. This has a really nice grip, whereas this has a D-handle grip. This one has the tool storage on it, and this one doesn't. And that's what drives me crazy about drills that have chucks. This one used to have it attached on the cord, but that always falls off, and then you lose it. So I really love this tool storage on the side. And I don't know if you can, let's see if I can put one on this other one here. Just had a thought. No, doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. I'll leave that out. So what I'm going to do is drill a couple 2-inch holes with one and then the other, and just see the speed difference. As far as RPMs, it says this one is a 60 volt max, 0 to 300 or 0 to 1250 RPMs, and this one is 0 to 330 and 0 to 1300 RPMs. So there are two settings on this, 1 and 2. That's right here on the side, and that's the same as this one. So really the only difference is 50 RPMs on the high side. And then on the low side, I think it was 30 RPMs. So it's all pretty much the same drill, I would say. But we'll put it through the test and kind of see how it is. All right, so I'm just going to use a 2x4, and we'll clamp this sucker down. If you guys aren't familiar with these clamps, it's a Festool product. The MFT tables are amazing. We'll do a review on that as well. I'll just grab my clamp. But I love these clamps. So you're going to see this in a lot of my videos, just using these clamps, because they are awesome. Okay, so here's a Lennox 2-inch Forstner bit. The front is replaceable. It's a screw head, and there's an Allen key down here to pull it out, because sometimes these will hit a nail, they'll get damaged, so you can replace this front tip. So this is a pretty aggressive bit. So always be careful with chucks. The first time I ever tried this drill, I had my thumb in here and it got caught and I tore off a bunch of skin. It just kind of slipped, and when I turned, it just ripped skin right off my thumb. So just be careful, because it's not fun. You wouldn't think that that could happen, but it did. It's just a real random accident. So now I'll plug this guy in. So that's on high. We're set it down to the low speed here. There we go. And let's give this a whirl. So as you can see, super aggressive. With the corded version, you're just gonna be able to plow holes all day. It actually split the wood here, right through it. With these drills, I really don't like going on the high speed, just because I'm always afraid they're gonna rip my wrists apart. Even though it does have the bind up control, I've still had it kind of torque up on me, and it still can hurt. So these drills, they're awesome, but they are so powerful. So now let's flip it over and try the cordless version. Put the flex volt in here. We're running a 6 amp hour, 20 volt max. And that's the flex volt battery. And we'll just move this out of the way. And we'll give this one a go. And we'll set on the same setting, number 1. And one thing I will note, this drill has always been hard to set. I'm not sure why. Maybe that's why. Yeah, I don't know. It's just stiff. I've always struggled with that one. So this drill sounds way different, but it's going to be the same amount of power, I think. Okay, so we got a new 2x4 here. The other one was just too cracked up. So we'll try this flex volt version and see how it goes. There we go. Honestly, I can't tell the difference. They're both amazing drills. You know, I personally like the flex volt version more, just because you don't have to drag a cord around. And for plumbers and even electricians, if they're using these tools, portability is what it's all about. So I think, you know, the corded version is kind of, it's dated. You could pretty much get these for the same price if you look around. Right now, I think on Amazon, this one is more expensive. The corded version is more expensive than the flex volt, which is kind of weird to me. But the flex volt version you can find sometimes for sale at Home Depot and sometimes on Amazon as well. So if you're looking for this, just keep an eye out, and there's always sales. But yeah, for me, this is definitely the version to go with. Power wise, I feel like it's the same, and portability wise, you know, this is just so much easier, especially when you're on a ladder. You know, with a cord, you're running extensions everywhere, and that's just a pain in the butt. But when you've got this, you know, you can just get up into the joists, plow with those holes, you can move around quickly, you're not tripping over your cords. And the other benefit to this drill, like I said before, is the onboard tool storage, which you cannot beat. And they both have the bind up control, or as they like to call it on this, the E-clutch. And when it engages on both of them, there's a little light right here. So if you're fortunate enough to hit a screw or a bolt or something like that, these will light up and basically won't rip your arm off. So I'm not going to demonstrate that for you just because sometimes it can hurt, but take my word for it. All right, guys, so that's just sort of my little comparison of the two drills. My recommend is definitely the 60 volt max. Hope you liked the video. Give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like, and until next time, keep on crushing it. We'll catch you later.